welcome to my mid-March wrap-up. If you see this exact same outfit, I'm literally cramming out so many videos today. It is a snow day. Colorado has a blizzard coming. It is snow like crazy outside. I have currently read 15 books as of today, which is the March 13th, tomorrow's Pi Day, which I don't think you guys will see this, but I'm doing my mid-March wrap-up, so let's get started. I have currently read 3 books, which is surprisingly I have all 3 of them right here. Let's get dived into talking about them. The first book that I read in March was Alice in Wonderland. This is a gorgeous copy from the library. Sorry for the ring light reflection. Listening to it, because I had it on the Audibles originals, I gave it 3 stars, but like, can we just talk about this artwork? Can we just talk about the artwork? I might have liked this book a little bit better if I read it with the artwork. I've seen Alice in Wonderland, the movie. I love the name Alice. I was going to name my son, if he was a girl, Alice, but he's a boy, so I named him James. I might have to reread this actually. This book, it's gorgeous. It's about a girl. If you've never heard of Alice in Wonderland, I know Riley. Why do I want to keep calling that girl Riley? She's not Riley. Someone I follow, oh, I forgot her name. If I remember, I'll link it. I'll put it right here. But she has a very wide variety of Alice in Wonderland collection of the books. So it's about a girl named Alice who follows a rabbit down a hole, and it's her entire adventures. It is very, like, in my opinion, if you've seen any of the movies, this one is very, like, you take a lot of drugs, and this is what comes out of it. My husband says the person that originally wrote this book, the original Alice in Wonderland, was a dentist, I think. So don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I finished this book on March 1st. I originally gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I might give it more than 3 out of 5 stars. Next book that I have read, I think it's Pride and Prejudice. Hold on. The next book, wow, redid that, girl, is The 4 Winds by Kristen Hannon. Okay. Before I continue about Kristen's book, I'm dyslexic, so sometimes I'll pronounce words wrong, or sometimes I'll just say words wrong, so I'll put the correct names down here below. It just makes my life worse when it comes to editing. But Kristen Hannigan's 4 Winds. I read this book for my online book club with my friend Maddie, and we discussed about it actually the other day, and this is one of my favorite books of 2021 so far, and this will probably be my top 10 favorite books of 2021. I've never had a book where I listened to the audiobook. It's about these people in the Great Depression and the Texas Bowl. If you have no idea who it is, I think her name is Riley. I will link her video below. She did a whole reading vlog about it. I watched it before, and yes, before you ask, this book made me bawl. I was crying at my mom's house listening to it, and I was rocking my son, and he was asleep. I was bawling, and my mom was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, no. This book is like the one that I want to meet this girl. Like, I want to meet Elsa. That's her name. I want to meet her daughter, like her son. These are people that, like, they're my best friends. Like, this is a book that if you're like, oh, I want a book that can be my best friend, this is it. Trigger warning for a death of a child. Trigger warning for death of people and animals. Trigger warning for crying. It'll make you cry. Trigger warning for just sad things. Like, if the Great Depression, like people starving in the United States, makes you sad, don't read this. But I recommend it. The audiobook was phenomenal. I just actually picked up her other book because a girl in my book club recommended it. If I love this one, I would love the other one. I just picked it up. I listened to the first chapter and I was like, ooh, we good. But I had to wait because I needed to finish at least 2 other books before I picked up this one or the next book by the same author. But I've never had a book that, because I was listening to it, and they were talking about dust storms, and it physically gave me the ability to taste dust in my mouth. And like dirt, like that grimy dirt. Like, you ever been on a farm on a hot summer day? Ugh. Ugh. And they were talking about masks, and we're in a pandemic, so I would recommend it. I got this copy from Book of the Month. My other Book of the Month copy, no, this video is not sponsored by Book of the Month. Man, I would not pay. I would love to be sponsored by Book of the Month, but I bought this one with my own money. The dust jacket's really cute, but this one, it just, inside it just has Book of the Month and the yellow, which I really like yellow spines, surprisingly. Great book. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. This is going to be one of my top books of 2020. It was a 13-hour audiobook, but it went by like that. Love it. Recommend it. Remove this. Put it right there. Last book on this mid-March wrap-up. I just want to get all these out and done with so that I can worry about the next books that I'm reading. I will talk to you in a few minutes after I'm done with Pride and Prejudice about what current books I'm reading and what readathons I'm participating in the month of March, so you see kind of upcoming videos, and if you're interested in it, subscribe. It's free. The next book I read was a classic, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I gave this book 3 stars, okay? A while ago, I told my husband I wanted to read classics. He suggested Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, okay, so I got this book on Amazon, and I don't like how it's written. Well, I like it because it's written. So you've never read Pride and Prejudice. It's about this girl, Elizabeth, I think, and Mr. Darcy, and they talk about their life. They go through like a couple months of their lives, I think over a year or so, and this mom and finding husbands for her daughters and the opinions and all that just kind of weirds me out. So I don't like how this one's written. See if I can find a problem. So like it's written, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a white balance problem, but then like the chapters are just in the middle of the page. So I couldn't be like, well, they have a glossary at the beginning, so if I was looking for like chapter 12, and I was listening to an audiobook, and I listened to this one through Audibles. But this one, like I'm going through, and chapter 17 starts on the bottom of a page. You couldn't just start 17 on the next page? Like, it just drives me nuts how that's written. That was my only, and then like randomly like this, a black line, like, a black line. So this is about a girl and her life and Darcy. All I have to recommend, instead of listening to this entire book or reading this entire book, just watch one of the 15,000 movies about Pride and Prejudice, and you'll totally understand. I've seen the one with the chick from not Lord of the Rings, the chick from Pirates of the Caribbean. Insert picture here of the one I've seen. A Pride and Prejudice, I would just watch a 2-hour movie, then read this if I were you. But that's my opinion. I'm trying to branch out recently, and I said let's pick up a classic. Pride and Prejudice is a classic. Alright guys, I have to feed my son. Those are the books that I've read. Let's talk about readathons really fast. I'm going to be filming my TBR for the Tome Topple round I'm participating in. I'm going to vlog that as well. I'm currently finishing up the Lumine Chronicles. That book is over there. But the Obsidian right here, I'm finishing that up today. I am finishing up the Lemonade Stickers, a series of unfortunate event books that I am currently working on. I'm finishing that video hopefully this weekend. We are snowed in and potentially going to have 50 inches, somebody said. So that's like 5 feet of snow. So we are snowed in. That is all of my current reading. I know I started a book with my husband. We'll see if I actually finish it. I am going to read the other Kristen Hammond's books as well. So I'm going to read those this weekend. Until next time, y'all. I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Make good choices and be a blessing to others. Bye, y'all.